Scientists detect something really unexpected beneath Saturn's Death Star moon. Mimas. Mimas? Mimes? Memes? Mimas?
Mimas.
Mimas? Saturn's cryptic-looking moon is awfully deceptive. The small moon is dominated by an 80-mile wide crater, giving it the appearance of the grim Star Wars Death Star. I know which
That's cool.
hashtags I'm using for this video. A space
Yep.
station equipped with a planet-destroying weapon, but otherwise Mimas appears to be a frozen chunk of ice.
That's what they want you to think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not even real. Okay, it's like Australia. Other moons,
No, it's totally real. They just want you to think it's ice. It's really a space station.
yeah, probably, eventually, uh, in the future. Mima. Mima? Oh, maybe it's just Mima and the S is silent. That
Oh,
would make
possible.
sense. That would make sense for Saturn.
Yeah. Continue.
Like Saturn's Enceladu, and Jupiter Europa, have cracked surfaces. I can't do it.
Yup, you messed it up right
Fucked it up. I
there.
got the S. Okay. Or telltale plumes shooting from the ground, which are compelling evidence for subsurface oceans. Mimas doesn't outwardly offer hints of an ocean. When you look at Enceladus and Europa, there's clearly an engine in these moons that is running. Alyssa Roden, planetary scientist who researches ocean worlds, told Mashable. When you look at Mimas, it's the opposite. It can't possibly be an ocean world. Or so Rodin thought, as scientists are often mistaken, because that is the nature of science, is to be wrong, not right.
Yep.
A lot of people take that the wrong way, but it's true. We don't know. And new research published in the planetary science journals Icarus, Roden and her co-author described how they unexpectedly found evidence for an ocean beneath Mimas's icy shell. The moon may not be a frozen chunk of ice after all.
Now, why that is a big deal. If you go down just a little bit
Just
to
look
the
at
next
how
picture.
beautiful that is.
Oh yeah, that is gorgeous. Now that right there,
Oh.
those are jets of what they believe is water coming off, or some type of so some type of ocean underneath is coming through the ice. You're having explosions through the ice.
Yeah.
Now there, oh, there we go. If it does harbor an ocean, that means like the other moons, it could also harbor life.
And that would be great. Maybe.
Hmm.
But what kind of life, you know?
It doesn't matter. Any life on any life anywhere outside of our planet that we can verify would be amazing.
Yep. So the process is called tidal heating, creates vast amounts of heat in ocean worlds like Europa. With this in mind, Roden, principal scientist, blah, blah, blah. We already introduced her. Science organization followed up on an early observation of a tiny wobble in Mima's
Hmm.
orbit around Saturn. An icy sloshing inside Mimas could potentially trigger this wobble. Might tidal heating have melted enough ice inside Mimas to create a sea? If so, there couldn't be too much heat that would melt through the icy shell, nor too little heat, then the ocean would freeze. The research calculated that if there's indeed an ocean inside Mimas large enough to trigger a wobble, the water would exist beneath an icy shell some 14 to 20 miles thick.
Wow,
That's a thick shell.
that is
So they
two
ran
C's.
double C's, yeah. Uh, so they ran computer simulations of how heating from the tidal heating would impact ice on Mimas. Unexpectedly, it showed ocean under 14 to 20 miles. Yeah, so okay.
Yeah, we just talked about that.
Yeah, I hate these articles. They're
I
just
hate when
trying
they
to
repeat themselves.
they're trying to get all the SEO fucking shit in there. This isn't Rodin emphasizes nearly certain proof that Mimas harbors an ocean, but there's now compelling evidence that an ocean could exist there with the information available. There's a lot of different ways life might be able to emerge.
Yep.
So water is the top ingredient list of life, blah, blah, blah. The search for life gets narrowed down to habitable zones in solar systems, which are relatively narrow regions where liquid water could exist on a planet's surface. For example, Earth exists in our solar system's habitable zone, you think?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have this fucking news show.
Yeah,
Hello!
we wouldn't be here.
Way to state the fucking obvious. Europa and Enceladus, located in the frosty regions of our solar system, are well outside the habitable zone, but these worlds harbor oceans and potentially life may emerge there. Habitability is not one swath of a solar system. There's a lot of different ways life might be able to emerge.
Indeed.
So yeah,
Very exciting.
very exciting shit. I don't have a quip to end this, so I'm just gonna stop the recording.